welcome back. My name is Allison Tebow. I'm a licensed dietitian nutritionist and the founder of VivaTotalHealth. Today we're making blueberry almond biscottis. I love this recipe because it's super easy to make and it's not going to last long because everybody is going to want some of it. It's so delicious. And did you know that biscotti in the Italian language actually means double baked, which is actually exactly what we're going to be doing. These biscottis are going to be so great to dip into your coffees, your lattes, your cappuccinos, your matcha lattes. I mean, whatever you want to dip it into, it's going to be so fantastic. On top of that, it's full of healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants. I mean, the whole shebang. Another key nutrient in these biscottis is that it's really high in protein. That's going to create more satiety, so it's going to make you feel fuller for a longer amount of time, and it's going to be that much more satisfying. These blueberry almond biscottis are also very low carb, so it's not really going to affect your blood sugar as much, especially because of the amount of protein, fiber, and healthy fats that are in these wonderful treats. Let's get started. Time to introduce our nutrient-dense ingredients. Come take a look. You will need 1 cup of almonds, 1 cup of almond pulp, which I got this from the almond milk I had previously made. If you saw my previous video on how to make almond milk, this is exactly where I got it from. 2 cups of almond flour, 3/4 cups of coconut palm sugar, 1/2 cup of coconut oil, which we will be melting, 3 eggs, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, the zest of 1 lemon, 1/2 cup of dried blueberries, as well as a couple of mixing bowls. You will also need about 1 ounce of water, as well as a brush. You'll also need a baking pan, and what I did with this was I sprayed cooking spray on the baking pan, and then I placed parchment paper on top of it. That way it sticks and you don't have to worry about the parchment paper falling off of it. You will also need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. But what we're going to do is we want to toast our almonds. So I'm going to take our almonds and just simply spread it over our baking sheet. And while our oven is heating up to 350 degrees, we're just gonna stick this in there so it toasts. That's going to stay in there for about 8 minutes. What we're going to do now is put together our dry ingredients. So we're going to take our flour and pour it right into our bowl. I chose the larger bowl. Add our salt and our baking powder. I'm going to give this a quick stir. You can see here, I melted the coconut oil. All I did was place it in the microwave for about a minute, and I had already zested my lemon, but this is going to stay off to the side for now. We're going to take our coconut oil and place it into a bowl for mixing along with our coconut palm sugar. We're just gonna pour that right in there. I'm going to take this for mixing and just give this a nice stir. Mix this up nicely. It's been about 8 minutes, so I'm going to take my almonds out of the oven. I can already smell them. Ooh, nice brown and toasted. So I'm just going to set this aside and allow it to cool, but I'm going to keep my oven on. So what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to take this spatula out of here and use a fork instead, and you'll see why in a second. But don't get rid of this, you'll still need this. Okay, now what we're going to do is only use 2 of the eggs. We're going to crack 1 at a time right into the bowl. And now what we're going to do is take our lemon zest and just scoop this right into our mixture as well. Now we're going to take our fork and whisk everything together. We're also going to add our vanilla extract. Just pour it right in there and give it a nice mix as well. Now what we're going to do is add the ingredients into the larger mixing bowl with the flour and the baking powder. So I'm going to pour in our sugar mixture. Right into the bowl. Okay, now we're going to go back to using our spatula. And just scoop all of this out. That just makes life so much easier. Perfect. And now we're going to add our almond pulp right in. And let's give this a good mix. This is looking really great. It's mixing nicely. Okay, it looks ready to me, right? So what I'm going to do is take our dried blueberries, pour it in there, take our toasted almonds, look at how great they look, and pour that in there as well. And we're going to continue to mix all of these ingredients together. Check out how great our mixture looks. So now what we're going to do is use that same baking sheet we used before and just scoop all of this goodness right onto it. We're gonna get a little messy, so make sure your hands are super clean. Perfect. So what we're going to do is split this in half as best as we could and push this part on this side and this part on this side. So I'm going to use my hands and just split the two a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to form them into more of like a log shape, just as so. Okay, do the same thing with this one. I'll spread it out a little bit more, just so it cooks evenly. Now what we're going to do is place this into the oven for about 35 minutes. Our 35-minute timer went off. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, this smells fantastic. Look at how great it looks. So now what we're going to do is just set it aside and allow it to cool. And that will take about 15 to 30 minutes, or you'll know when you can actually touch the pan and it's not hot. During this time, please feel free to keep your oven on, because remember, this is going to be double baked After it's done cooling, what we're going to do is slice them up, lay it on its side, and then place it back into the oven. It actually took much quicker to allow this to cool. It took about 5 to 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do, make sure you grab a serrated knife. I'm just gonna put this over to the side for now. I'm going to take the baking sheet and just slide it right from underneath the parchment paper. I'm going to put the baking sheet aside for now. And remember that egg and the ounce of water? Well, we're going to use that as a wash the top of our biscottis. So I'm just gonna take our egg and crack it right into the water. And take a fork and just give this a quick beat. There you go. That was really quick. Gets the job done. We're gonna take our, what do you call this? Okay, whatever. And we're gonna spread it along the biscotti. Okay, so when it double bakes again, that's gonna be extra crispy. That looks good. I'm gonna put this off to the side. We're going to take our serrated knife and now slice. It's going to be moist still. And that's why we're baking it again. Oh, this looks wonderful. I'm now going to transfer the sliced biscottis onto a new baking sheet. But I'm going to take each one and lay it on its side. I sliced the biscottis and I placed it on our new parchment paper. Look at how wonderful it looks. Now it's ready to go back into the oven. Our new tray is going to go into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Our timer went off. I actually kept it in for 15 minutes just because it was still a little moist. Let's check on it. Oh yeah, now it's ready. Look at how great these look. So what I'm going to do is just set it aside and allow it to cool, and then we'll do our taste testing. It's time for the taste test, which is the best part. And if you know me, you know how much I love the ends of things. So I'm going to pick this end. So good. The blueberry and the lemon zest, a little touch of vanilla extract, and a nice almond flavor. This is such a winner. I really hope that you all enjoy this recipe as well.